What's up, YouTubes? Here in my kitchen, doing a little food prep. It's my little apartment, and just thought I'd try, as once again, change the setting. This is gonna be less about game development and more to do with just trying some things out, right, in different formats. Actually, but there is a connection here today, and that is that I'm cooking tofu. And not a lot of people like to eat tofu, and some people don't know how to cook it. It's really very simple, right? What is it? Throw some olive oil in the pan. I like to press my tofu with one of these cheap little plastic presses. Just helps make it a little less, gets the water out of it so it cooks a little more evenly. And I slice it up into little pieces. Then I put it on like medium heat a while. That's it. Now, I eat tofu because I'm vegan. And I don't talk a lot about that, and I'm not pushy about that, because I think part of the problem that happens is when people hear someone aggressively come at them about a difference in belief or a difference in like practice or whatever, it's counterproductive. Like I'm also part of the secular community. I'm not a religious guy. I've got nothing wrong with religious people. I grew up with religious values. A lot of people in my family are religious. But just personally, it's not been my situation, my answer, and my path. And a lot of what I find is when I find other secular people, a lot of them come at non-religious people really aggressively in a way that's counterproductive, because if the actual objective of that discussion is to open the possibility that they might someday share your worldview, you can't do that if they think that everyone who has your worldview is really aggressive, unpleasant. That just makes them think, I don't want to be like that. Right? And so same thing happens all the time with veganism, where I find people who, they're out there being really aggressive with people. And I think a lot of people just entrench. Just makes them say, you know what? I hate people like you. I don't want to be like you. And when we're trying to get people to make games, sometimes we have our differences of how we think things ought to be done, right? Some people are very pro C++. Some people big believers in Unity or Unreal or whatever. If you come at them in an attacking kind of fashion, some of this ties back to that video I had the other day about talking to people. If you come at them in an attacking fashion, they're not going to come to your side of view because they see it as like a community of people who aren't cool, who aren't nice. I'm going to share another little fun thing. Get my dessert ready. Let's check this out. Right, I freeze a banana, peel it, put it in foil. You didn't know you had cooking lessons today, did you? Alright, peel my banana. You want to make sure you get the foil off. Eating foil, not good. Don't do that. Alright, sometimes it sticks better than others. Frozen banana. Right? Put this in the blender. See what else we've got. A couple ice cubes. A little bit of soy milk. Okay, I'm leaving some room in there because I'm also gonna put in one scoop. It feels silly, the Vegan Smart. I don't have any affiliate links or anything. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just saying, a little scoop of this. It's kind of instead of a daily multivitamin, basically making myself a chocolate milkshake. Not bad. Healthy one at that. So guilt-free. That's pretty cool. And, some people ask, like, is it a health thing? Is it an animal ethics thing? It's all of the above. It saves a lot of money. I mean, that little tub of that stuff, because I only use half the serving they recommend, lasts me a long time for the amount I pay for it. Put a little milled flaxseed in here. Sometimes I'll put a little frozen kale in here too. I think I'm going to not try to scare off too many people today. Put a little soy milk on top. Alright. Oop. Cover it a little more thoroughly. Maybe one more ice cube. I like mine icy. Okay, gonna throw the blender on. Once again, I'm not being paid to promote any of this stuff. Nobody cares about me or my channel at that kind of scale. Using a Ninja blender if it makes any difference. I'm sure plenty of blenders work just as well. There we go. Brace yourself. I'll probably mute this in the audio or speed it up. There, and again, just to reassure anybody who thinks I'm trying to sell you some particular blender model, let's be straight up, I'm sure there's other models of blenders and other companies that theirs would happen much faster than what just went down there. And got my little chocolate smoothie. already pretty good as is. I'm just going to toss that in the freezer for a minute while I eat my food. Just rinsing my parts real quick. Give it a little extra freeze. Oh, the other thing, I find that easily one block of tofu is 2 servings for me, and if I don't separate it out at first, ooh, I'm not gonna touch that with metal. If I don't separate it out before I eat it into halves, I'll eat too much and then feel crummy from it. So let's do a little half and half action. Okay, dinner. I'm gonna do some Kentucky barbecue sauce today. And I'm literally gonna grab a bowl. Literally just mixing the tofu that I fried and some barbecue sauce. So I thought part of this would just be a chance to hang out, to chat, try a different kind of setting than the usual. Like I say, I'm doing these videos basically daily now, or trying it out. And, oh, speaking of which, that was partly inspired by Tim Ruswick, GameDev Underground. You'll see his comments on some of these videos. He and I had a great chat the other day. I just finished editing and exporting that. That's going to be up on the GamKeto.community podcast soon. Check that out. Lots of good discussion there about what he's figured out with YouTube, some of our sort of learnings from our time on YouTube. So even though it's on the audio podcast, check that out. Make sure you don't miss that discussion. Lots of great points he brings. He's got a marketing background, so a really good perspective on a lot of this stuff. And yeah, that's maybe it for the day. Just wanted to kind of share and show, hang out for a minute here. So I'm trying to fit these in. I thought I could overlap it with my food prep time. It's basically lunchtime here. So thanks for joining me. You know, maybe some other time we'll sit and we'll hang out. We'll eat together. I think right now I'm going to spare you the sound of me eating and hanging out. So thanks for tuning in. Happy to have you all joining me on the channel. Look forward to playing games. As a reminder too, yesterday's video, you are totally encouraged. That's the one that's called like apply to stuff or apply to things. Don't scare yourself out of trying things. And, you know, literally that previous video, I encourage in the comments, you can post links. I am still actively unspamming things that the YouTube comment flags. It's like, hey, there's a link here, probably spam. And I'm like approving those for that previous video. So I'm still doing that. If you want to promote your Twitter handle, your YouTube channel, or whatever's holding, it's a reminder of another meeting I'm about to have after I scarf this down. But anyway, previous video, check that out. Post in the comments there with your link. And actually, you know, I'll say what? Here, I just made some food. If you want to post the comments today of stuff you like to eat, I know it sounds kind of silly. One of the things I find is a good icebreaker for people, for developers, for whoever, is just talking about the things that we like, right? Even if it's like the games you like to play, even if it's not the same kind of games that you like to develop, just acknowledging those can help us kind of see a connection to who we are as people. So, if, you know, I assume you probably eat different things than I do. That's totally fine. Please don't brag about how bloody you like your meat or whatever. But by all means, if it's your favorite dish, let us know you like your rare steak or whatever in the comments. Get to know you a little better, a little more dimension besides just your art, just your games, just your projects. Thanks for tuning in. I look forward to playing about your games in the future. Bye for now.